All right, enough D-team madness, but needless to say, next week, or I guess not even next week, on Monday, we will be doing our E-team. All right, stuff's going to get a little more challenging now.
Yeah, of course.
But now it's time, obviously, for some quick hits.
Right, Barcelona and the players finally reached an agreement on a pay cut. They'll be taking a 70% wage cut for the duration of the emergency and contributing to avoid layoffs or non-playing staff at the club. But Gab, in announcing this, Lionel Messi also took a sweep at the club once again.
Yeah, not for the first time. And look, I mean, after last time we talked about this with Sid, I had people coming on to me like, oh, why are you having a go at Barcelona? Why are you starting controversy? Like, I'm not starting controversy. Read Messi's message. Read what Messi said. Messi could have simply said, yeah, we're taking a pay cut to help people. And on top of that, we're also going to contribute to cover the wages of non-playing staff. No, Messi came out and he said, I'm not going to quote exactly, but it's all there. He basically go at people inside the club who were putting rumors about the players and trying to manipulate the players into doing one thing or another. We're seeing a lot of this. Players are very easy targets because, of course, they're all, many of them are millionaires many times over. And I think there's a lot of people who are trying to go and push them in one direction or another. And I think it is very significant that Messi spoke the way he did. And I think there's very evident storm clouds gathering over Barcelona. I'll tell you what, next election comes around, I think Messi can pretty much decide who the next president will be, or whether.
And you agree that won't be Bartomeu, right? After everything that's been happening this season with Abidal, with Bartomeu, with all.
It's not going to be Bartomeu because, of course, he can't run again.
But his candidate.
It's not going to be his handpicked candidate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this guy will have some sort of rapprochement with Messi or whatever. But there's a lot of questions to answer in that way that club has been run, and I think a lot of questions for Bartomeu and the people around him to answer.
Crazy.
I know the transfer carousel never ends, Jules, but can you tell me why Erling Haaland and Matthijs de Ligt are being linked to Manchester United now, especially when they've been at their clubs less than 9 months, and of course are looked after by Mino Raiola, of all people?
I can try. I think I struggled to explain the rationale between that, unless someone, wanted that kind of chat somewhere out there, because otherwise, United missed out on Haaland in January, and if they really think that 6 months later, or not even 6 months, because we haven't been playing for a few weeks now, they think like, oh yeah, Erling Haaland, we want to join you now because so much has changed in the space of 4 months. This is crazy. And for Matthijs de Ligt, we could make probably the same point as well. So I think on this one, sorry, United fans, if you were getting excited by the prospect of maybe having Haaland and de Ligt and your team when the next season starts, I think we can safely, everything can go so quickly in football, but I don't think this one will happen.
And that's before you get into the whole antipathy with Mino Raiola between certain people at the club. And and de Ligt, by the way, just now that he's before this all happened, he'd been playing regularly. He'd been establishing himself as a starter. It just seems very, very odd to me.
Really weird. And staying into transfer rumors and allegations and all of that, when Bayern Munich announced a few weeks ago that Alexander Nubel, the Schalke, very, very promising, talented goalkeeper, would be joining them next season on a free as well, he only increased the speculation that maybe Manuel Neuer would move on. And now there's talk of him extending his contract, although maybe not done yet. Gab, where are we at on this one?
I see this very simply. I don't buy into the idea of having two goalkeepers who are number ones. I don't think it makes sense. I think it's a waste of money. I think what you do to Neuer is you say, hey, Manuel, you stick around. You can try to win the job in training camp ahead of Nubel. Maybe Nubel does a 1-year apprenticeship. You don't get a new deal as it stands. And it's in your interest to do so because, if it doesn't work out, then, you'll either become a free agent, your contract will be running down, and then you can go wherever you want. But I don't think it makes any sense to give Neuer a new deal. You got to make decisions. You commit to one dude or you commit to the other dude. Now, staying in the Bundesliga, now, Well, if you haven't heard, by the way, the Bundesliga coming to ESPN Plus to our listeners in the United States. Armin Harit is in trouble for breaking those stay-at-home rules in Germany. Jules, what did the Schalke starlet do? And by the way, this is our second Schalke 04 reference on the show. I hope all you guys appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. And also, do you remember we mentioned Jack Grealish on Monday's show and what he did? Well, I think, I mean, Harry could be very much compared to Jack Grealish, although without the car accident at the end. But he went to a Corona party in a shisha bar, which, I mean, even just those words, shisha bar, Corona party, in the middle of everybody being self-isolation, confinement, and all of that, is pretty spectacular. And obviously he got caught, because how do you expect to go out to that kind of party without, making it known somewhere, with people taking photos and reporting that you were there and stuff like that. And I think so he got a fine of, I think, 30 or 40,000 euros for it, and he apologized and all of that. And Harit, who is obviously French, plays for Morocco, but he's born in France and has the two nationalities, who has an incredible talent. But in terms of attitude, professionalism, and all of that, it's just baffling. It's
you
really
kind of feel he might be on the Samir Nasri plan, but you know what? At least he was wearing appropriate footwear.
Yeah, to be fair, that's true. That is true. But you still struggle to understand, even at a 22-year-old, with people around you still making stupid decisions like this. It's just incredible. Incredible. Right, and finally, Gab, to finish the show today, I guess both Ajax and Sergio Ramos must have been pretty bored last night, right? Since they've been trolling each other on social media.
Yeah, I think Sergio Ramos plays a character sometimes, right? But I think he's generally a pretty bright guy who does things his own way and is, become a Real Madrid legend and a world footballing legend in that way. And so when Ajax decided to tweet out a picture reminding them of the Dusan Tadic celebration, the Tadic celebration with his hand up in the air, coupled with the Sergio Ramos, of course, was up in the stands that day, suspended with his arm up in the air. He replied back, pointing out that, you know what, he's got 4 European Cups at home, which is as many cups as Ajax have won in their entire history. But this is an offense. This is just people having fun. They're home. They're bored. I got no problem with this whatsoever.
Right, Gab, to finish the show today, I've got a quiz question for you and for the listeners, and we will give the answer on Monday. No cheating, no Googling, nothing like that, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Right. There's only one player. No, but even through the weekend between now and Monday, okay?
Okay. What if I know the answer now?
You won't. Well, if you do, it'll be amazing. There's only one player in the history of the game who has scored at least one goal in the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two, the UEFA Cup, the Champions League, in MLS, in the FA Cup, in the League Cup, and also in the Johnston Paint Trophy. Who is this player?
Whoa, you're right. I do not know that. That is a great question. Hit us up. Well done, Jules.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.